For him to be able to like really dig deep and find it, even when he's most likely in a calorie deficit, tired, grumpy, like that's super, super motivating. This is just such a breath of fresh air. Okay. He is one of those people who can push himself like to an insane degree. I think I see if you're playing Pokemon Go, you be catching your Pokemon, hatching your eggs, like two birds, one stone, you know? What's up, y'all? This is Mrs. Snowflake. I'm just a guy who likes to react to health and fitness stuff. I do have a bachelor's degree in physical education, teacher education, so I'm trained to be a PE teacher. I was an ACE certified personal trainer for about 4 years and an IFA trainer for about 6 other years. But I have been enjoying some Sal. I want to rally behind him. I think the videos that he is making are awesome, and I want to encourage him to keep doing what he's doing. Without further ado, let's give Sal his spotlight.
I have been afraid to go for a walk since I walked a mile. And I've been procrastinating, putting it off. And every day I tell myself that I'm going to go for a walk, and I'm going to go for a walk, and I break.
Walking is like the best thing that you can do. And I think a lot of people in the fitness industry say that without actually thinking from, a super morbidly obese standpoint, where walking isn't actually as easy as we think it is. So I think we have to keep that in mind when people are trying to prescribe, walking for exercise, because some people can't walk for, more than 30 minutes at a time. So
Promise myself every day, and that's not acceptable. When you make promises to yourself, you should try to keep them as best as you can. And
yeah, I totally agree with this. If you can't keep a promise to yourself, then you shouldn't promise yourself. Like, I hear a lot about people in the mindset of like when they're about to go to bed, they're like, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna do all this stuff and yada yada yada, and then they just wake up and they do the old thing over and over and over again. It's like, man, it must stink and feel very degrading to yourself to constantly let yourself down like that. So
I haven't been a good steward of my word to myself this week. So going to go for a walk, even if it's for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get up and walk outside in the campus that we have.
that's such a good mindset. I even tell people when they want to start to get into exercising, even if you don't want to actually go into the gym and exercise every day, I think it's an excellent routine to at least drive there, maybe get out, walk in, and walk out. Uh, I would prefer that you go up, maybe walk for 30 minutes on the treadmill, but as long as you're pulling up to the place, I feel like you're making a step in the right direction. Remember, all you have to do is improve 1% over time and you'll make progress. You don't have to make all these crazy, 10,000 steps a day immediately goals.
On the campus that we have, and try to maybe a half kilometer, maybe a full kilometer. We'll see. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do a whole mile a day. I can't. Maybe, but do something, right? I don't. At some point, I'll need to buy a Garmin. It's kind of an interesting situation. So I want a Garmin. I need to buy a Garmin, but the Garmin I want / need, and I only say need because I'm an AFib patient. So I've had AFib. I'm out of AFib currently, but AFib is arterial fibrillation, and so what that basically means is that my heart sometimes beats out of rhythm. Right? It doesn't. Every chamber is firing in different beats, which is not good. I've had it once, but I prefer to buy watches or have watches that have AFib tracking capabilities. And with Garmin, only a few of their watches have them, and it's more their high-end watches. So their Enduro or their Phoenix 8 are the two that have the capability. I think maybe Phoenix 7 has it as well. But so I would say that I will buy a fitness watch at some point. They're quite expensive, and so just kind of waiting for the right time. But because I'm swimming so much, I'm starting to again walk and jog, and I want to be able to track these things and have better data points. Right now, I'm kind of just using the old-fashioned timing method in your phone, which is great. Like I think you have to do these things and build up these steps. And so when the time is right, I will make that foray into the store to purchase that watch. In the meantime,
Nice.
we're just gonna do the old fashioned way, right? I also downloaded Strava last week, maybe made an account. Have no idea what I'm doing there, but I know that everyone says if you're gonna get fit, if you're gonna get in the running or the walking business, Strava is the best way to go, right? It's the best community. So I
I've never heard of this app. Is it like a runner's community app or something?
downloaded the app. It has messaged me, I think, 4 times, 3 or 4 times, to log something. My first activity of sorts. I'm not gonna lie. Every night when I see notifications, I'm a little not embarrassed, but a little taking a task on my phone, right? Saying, hey, you're supposed to do this now. You're supposed to do. So I will start logging some Strava stuff hopefully soon. Maybe today. Let me see like how it sets up with the phone and like if it could track the walk via phone. Then I will log my first Strava today.
Cool.
They say if you don't put in Strava, it didn't happen. So we'll see. As far as workout goes, lifting is still most important on my list. And so I'll be hitting chest today, right? So I did
Nice.
legs yesterday.
I think that's a good mindset. You're going to get a lot more out of lifting anyway, and it's probably going to be a little bit safer on your joints. And what I mean by that is, I would rather somebody be in the gym lifting for an hour than doing some type of cardio for an hour because I think the risk to reward for weights is a lot greater for most people than cardio for an hour. Don't come for me.
I did back on Wednesday. I took Tuesday off. I did chest on Monday, so I'll do chest today. I'll do back on Saturday, and then I'll do shoulders and arms on Sunday. And then
I don't think I know a lot of people hyperfixate on like what split they want to do, like what type of workouts. Should he, he likes to break it up into muscle groups, and I kind of like to do that as well. I have like a chest day and a leg day, etc. But you can do it however you want. The best type of workout is the one that you enjoy and love. Doesn't That's literally what the science says. So don't try not to overthink it and just do what you like to do.
maybe either depending on how I feel, I'll either rest Monday and then do legs Tuesday, or do legs Monday and rest Tuesday. If I was being smart, I would probably rest on Tuesday and do legs Monday, so because I'm gonna swim on Tuesday, and I wouldn't double up swimming and legs again.
Yeah,
But
rough.
that's if I'm being smart. I can't always say I'm gonna be smart in those moments. So we'll see. But that's like try to have one day off when I'm on my P's and Q's. Right. There are times when I've had up to 3 days off. Uh, well, up to 6 days off. Really, there's like a week when I did like one workout. Unacceptable. Not good. Don't right. But when I'm on my P's and Q's, 1 to 2 days off max per week, and activity every single day in between there. Usually lifting, and then also swimming as well. Training for swimming is going really well. I had my first ever 20-minute straight swim session. So basically, when I swim, I usually can go. Not usually can go. I've only ever attempted to go maybe 200 meters
Uh-huh.
nonstop. Right. So when you swim, pool length is I'm sorry, 200 yards. 200 yards. A pool length is 25 yards typically, and so down and back is 50 yards.
Okay, so
Now
it's
I
even
was
smaller.
doing
It's like a
that
LA
probably by week
Fitness.
two, like down and back, no break. And over time, I built up to where I was doing uh, 200 yard blocks. So swim, down, back 4 times. Um, and that was what I built up to. That was what I was able to do comfortably. Right? It wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy. Well, yesterday I got to the pool late. Right? I got to,
I'm interested to know like what type of swimming, you know what I mean? Like are you doing specific strokes, breaststroke, freestyle? Most of the time people either do breast or freestyle. Sometimes people just walk, and just kind of like meander through like that. but I'm curious, like, to know what specific stroke he's doing.
Well, really late, really. I was about 20 minutes late to the pool. So I only had roughly 25 minutes or so to get in a solid workout. And I just told myself, okay, I'm gonna start swimming. I'm gonna go. Uh, I'm gonna go. So I'm swimming at 3K in August, since I need to be able to continuously swim. But I was afraid to know how much could I do. So I was in the pool. I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna, every stroke, and then when I get to the wall, I'm gonna turn around and come back. And probably after the first 200 meters, I wanted to quit. Like I really wanted to let it go. I was like, this is I'm done. I've hit my capacity of what I'm accustomed to doing.
Yeah.
And so I'm just gonna, rest here and then restart. Well, I tell myself that, as I'm swimming, it's just you in the water. I don't have music. It's just me
Yeah.
looking at the ground and turning my head to breathe. And I'm just
That's why swimming is like not one of my favorite types of cardio, but you can get waterproof, like bone oscillating kind of headphones where like they vibrate like on your bones to hear the music rather than however it is typically. It's a lot, it's like it's usually one of those situations where like you have to like download the MP3 onto the physical device. Like you can't stream it from your phone. So, it's going to be expensive. The storage is going to be limited. But there is a way for you to get some decent sounds, at least 2 albums or something for you to repeat.
thinking the whole time. And I'm fighting myself internally, thinking to myself, okay, it's like you have more. Like I have more. I'm not really tired. I'm afraid, but I'm not tired, right? And so I hit the wall 200 meters, it grabbed it and turned my ass back around and said, let's just go. Let's just go. And I was like, maybe I'll stop the next wall. And after about, 10 or 12 minutes of swimming consistently, I was like, well, I've done 12 minutes. I can do 8 more, right? I'm looking at as I'm turning, I can see the clock on the wall. And so I see the time. I'm like, well, I can do 8 more minutes. And then, you know, down, back, bang, bang. And I was just, I swam about 800 yards nonstop.
Nice.
And
You got into like the runner's high or like, your zone, your flow state when you're in your cardio. That's like what everybody searches for who's like a little, cardio head. That's what they search for when they do it. They love that runner's high.
I was dumbfounded, right? Because I was like, I didn't think I had that in me yet. But I also hadn't tried. And so I think the lesson there is that sometimes you have to try stuff, right? You have to believe in yourself, believe in the work you put into it. I've been swimming consistently every day for the last, or not every day, but 3 to 4 times a week for the last, I don't know, 2.5 months, right? So I have to trust my body and say, hey, I can knock this out. I can do this. And so I did it. I accomplished it. I felt good.
It must be extremely difficult to be at a size like this and to be in like a calorie deficit. When you're in a calorie deficit, for me personally, you're grumpy. It's hard to push yourself. It's definitely harder than normal to do most things. And so for him to be able to like really dig deep and find it, even when he's most likely in a calorie deficit, tired, grumpy, like that's super, super motivating.
And now I know for my next training session that I can do that kind of workout, right? I can add in, like, I think still most important, especially as I'm building up slowly to that 3K mark, is following the plan and not being late to the pool, right? This was definitely out of necessity because I was just tardy, um, which, I have to work on being tardy, but in the interim of that, get back to my training block, but know that I have that in my back pocket. And that, honestly, that session will probably be the biggest serving session to this entire process, because that's going to tell me that, hey, I can do really, really hard things, even when I'm afraid that I might fail, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just want to share that kind of story with you all. I was really proud of myself, and I hadn't really told anyone yet about that. So you will.
I hate to bring Amber into this, but it's so refreshing to hear a story like this. And I'm like, you should feel proud of yourself. You worked really, really hard. And then to go and watch Amber be proud of herself because she like threw away her fries or whatever. It's like this is just such a breath of fresh air.
You'll be the first to know. Anyway, I missed the turn to the gym, so I'm gonna flip the car back around here and head over to the gym real fast, and we'll see you inside. So I was planning to work out as soon as I got in the gym, like at 12, but here we are, at like 3:30 working out. Pretty lazy. The first 3 hours I just didn't, we
I mean, you're still there. I mean, as long as you make it there, you know what I'm saying?
chit chatted, talked around with the guys, shot some hoops. So a little late to the party, but I'm gonna try to work out here, hit a quick chest and tries.
But you know, building the discipline to just go to the gym is definitely a win. Even though you're chit chatting with the guys, that's a part of the gym for a lot of people. Like there's a big social aspect to that. So don't feel bad about doing that as long as you can get your workout in some capacity. Keep the routine of going to the gym.
And go for that walk that I keep promising y'all. Chest will be super simple, so it'll be.
If you're a geek, download Pokemon Go, and that motivates me to go on walks a ton.
Well, y'all will see. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm being told to smile by the folks in the gym that I get to work out, but it's okay.
Nice. Gonna do some flies, some cable crossovers. Nice. Form looks great. Tempo looks great. Killing it.
Y'all
Nice.
like working on hot gyms or cold gyms?
I
I prefer a hot
mean,
gym, but ooh,
I think I prefer like a cooler gym, but then I'll wear like pump covers, like hoodies and sweatpants, and if I get too hot, take it off. Because if the gym is already hot and you're already in cutoffs and stuff, it's gonna be even harder to cool down.
it's a bit toasty in here. I said I want to get good sweating and good lather, so hot gym it is for me. But I'm gonna complain about it. One thing about me,
You don't have to sweat to get a good workout in. Hope everybody knows that. When you sweat, it just means that your body is too hot and it's the mechanism to cool it off. Like today, I did some chest. I sweat a low to moderate amount, like nothing too crazy. But then after my workout, I do like to get in the sauna because there is something about sweating that just makes me feel good anecdotally. You know.
I tend to probably complain as I'm doing stuff just because I want to like voice it, but I still know I need to do it, and so
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it's hard work, and you can, I don't know, you can be exhausted and complain a little bit about it, but know that it's still good for you and do it. Does that make sense?
it's like if you complain and don't do it, that's probably problematic. If you complain but still do it and do what you're supposed to do, that is less problematic and hopefully gets you on the right track. Which at least for me, I hope it gets me on the right track to being able to do it without wanting to complain. But I'm not there yet.
Nice.
Little chest press. We'll see how it goes.
Incline dumbbell press. Nice. Solid. Great form. I find it super hard for myself personally to push myself with like dumbbell and barbell free weight exercises just because there's like no stability. If you are by yourself, like don't have a spotter, feel free to do the machines. That way you can push yourself in a bit of a safer way.
Seven, six. I die because you're a bad spotter.
Nice.
Ugh.
Okay, so he has a spotter for this one, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And honestly,
Get it.
Okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, yep. 3, come on. 4, come on. 5,
nice.
come on.
See how he's spotting the weight / his wrists rather than his elbows.
6. No, I'm good. 6.
Weigh-in Sunday's coming up. This week has been like, I don't know. It's been okay so far. Swimming, exercise-wise, has been great. Food-wise, could be like a smidge. Probably a little bit better. I don't know. I've been trying to I try to lose all the weight in 1 week that I gained from last week. That's probably not the best mindset to have. I try to lose it all at once. That's all or nothing mentality. So I've been trying to tell.
Yeah, I mean, again, you just think of it 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That is a completely okay way to make progress. I know as people that we want to just be perfect and keep winning and or whatever you want to frame it as, but I think you're on the right track and you know, try not to get down on yourself in a way that would be even more counterproductive than having a bad day.
Myself you have to follow the plan. 6 pounds, right? The goal is 6 pounds a week, or 5 pounds. The goal is 5 pounds a week, and so thinking about what the goal is every single week, right? 5 pounds, 5 pounds, 5 pounds. Bad week is it happens, but
I mean, that's a hard goal because each week, it's going to get a little bit harder for you to lose weight each time.
mentally, I feel like I just need to lose it all back in 1 week, and I get that. People, I think, I feel that, I understand that, feeling wise, emotionally, but also logically speaking, that's not realistic. And so just sticking to the plan that's got me here so far, right? Day by day, week by week, that's how I'll find success. Not trying to do this drastic thing where I don't eat for the entire week or some shit like that. That's ridiculous and not safe. But mentally, that's how I felt. That's I should just not eat the rest of the week, and then I'll lose 20 pounds a week, and I'll be back. I'll be back on track. Realistically, this is a long ass journey. I was never off track. I had a vacation. So, just some thoughts that run through my head. Excuse us, we just had a nice little shit talking break where I got roasted for the last 7 minutes by the people in the gym for recording. I broke the adapter for my microphone. Got roasted for that too. So
Oh my god.
now back to the scheduled programming of doing a set. Hopefully one day y'all hear the shit talking, but for now, take my word for it. I got roasted.
At first I thought he was on a hip adductor machine, hip adductor or abductor, but it looks like it's a fly. That's pretty cool.
Probably deserved.
Probably dessert. Nice. Yeah, he has really good form. I like how he's kind of leaning back with his elbows, keeping his arms at like a 10-degree bend. Looks really nice. And I mean, he's fucking maxing out the entire machine. Jesus Christ. I don't think people understand how hard that is. Like, flies are a very, very, very difficult movement to be strong in. This is crazy. I think I'm okay. He is one of those people who can push himself like to an insane degree. I think I said that in my last video, but it's kind of confirming it. Nice little overhead tricep extension. I think he's maxing out this this cable as well for tricep extension. You know, and he lets the weight down gently, and I do appreciate that. That was like no rest.
So I promised y'all a walk, and did I wait until the last minute? Yes.
Get
We
it
are
done.
nearing the end of daylight time here. We've got about 18 minutes of daylight left.
You could just start a series where you do like one lap around that and add like one lap every time. And if that sounds way too overwhelming, half a lap, you know?
Pressure is going to help me do this walk. So the building itself, or roughly 3 laps around the building, is a mile. So I'm going to try to just do 1 lap around the building today.
Nice, yeah.
That's a good step. I mean, just again, that process of saying I'm going to do it and then actually following through with that is a big one. And so let's go for this little walk. It's going to be hard to, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I don't know if it's like the same type of anxiety as like going to a party social anxiety, but you know, sometimes you'll be like, God, I'm really scared to go to this party because everything is so uncertain and I don't know what to talk about. But you go to the party anyway, like you force yourself to, and then you end up having a really great time. And you're like, I don't know why I was even thinking about that in the first place, you know? Got the volleyball or the badminton? See, if you're playing Pokemon Go, you'd be catching your Pokemon, hatching your eggs, like 2 birds, 1 stone, you know?
Obviously, down the hill, super easy. But
I don't know about
if you
that.
go down, gotta bring your ass back up. Come on. Let's go down the hill. You go down, come back up. This hill Ain't no joke.
Mm-hmm. And you got to give him credit too, because he's got to set up the cameras and hit record, and he's not just walking, he's walking and setting up a scene. You could add some like royalty free music in the background if you wanted to.
Whew.
Woo!
The hell.
There's a lot of different reasons to like exercise, and if you're a gamer or like a geek, it does improve your gaming ability. It improves your reaction time, your decision making ability. Lifting is more than just, looking hot or whatever people really think it is. It helps out in a lot of different ways.
So far, it's been about 9 minutes. So hopefully, we got about 9 more minutes to go before it's dark outside. So, pick up the pace a little bit, Sally. But you're good, kid. You're good. You are good.
Mm-hmm. You're good. Got it. Oh my God. So there are these two girls that might be twins that I've seen walking on like a street called Highland for like ever. And they used to be a little bit bigger, and now they're like super, super skinny, and they wear shirts that are like that say hot girl walk, and they like walk to Kroger and back with their bags. It's so cute. You can do it. Let's get it. Having an animal
Oh,
can also be a good motivator to help you
come
go
on,
for a
kid.
walk.
Yeah.
Just keep telling yourself you can do it. Just
One
keep
foot,
swimming. Yep.
other foot. One foot at a
Yep.
time.
That's right.
Yeah. Come on. Just
I
like
tell you what, if you have like anxieties and you can't figure out, why you can't stop overthinking, try sprinting. Try sprinting so hard until your legs collapse, and try to think when that's going on. I don't know if that is a healthy way to deal with stuff, but sometimes it's something that I do.
life. One step at a time. One moment at a time. No one better than you. No one better than you. Whew. Yeah. Come on.
Let's go. Did the damn thing.
This shit is fucking difficult.
Yeah. You're killing it though.
But we persevere. We keep pushing.
It's hard, but it's nothing you can't handle. You got it.
The only thing that can stop me in this journey is me.
That's
and
right.
I've stopped myself plenty. I have.
And you
You know,
got
I've
it.
started and stopped and started and stopped and over the course of my life. And I am really determined to not stop this one. Because that, well, that would be a travesty.
It would.
You know, as I start walking more, joint pain, especially ankles and knees,
Yeah.
will feel some fatigue, soreness.
And honestly, I hate to give people excuses, but that is real. That's very real for you. And don't don't push yourself so hard that you hurt yourself in a way that you can't continue to exercise. That's all I got to say.
Right. So working with Transcend, some of the peptides they're offering, or I'm taking, will help mitigate some of that, right? BPC 157,
Yeah. The peptide.
TB4, TB500, those types of things.
Super interesting. I don't know if it applies to that specific peptide that he might be taking, but I know a lot of the peptides are like derived from like cells from umbilical cords. Super duper interesting. And yeah, it just like it has the ability to heal stuff and at an insane rate.
Will help mitigate some of that ankle and knee inflammation. So I can continue on this journey, right? It's a double-edged sword. I have to work out. I have to walk. I have to do cardio. But also, I want to stay safe and pain-free.
Right. You can also there's other options. You could walk in the pool. Biking can be really really easy on your knees and your ankles. There's also like hand bikes. There's some other options. So even if walking ain't doing it for you, we can figure out something else for you to do.
As much as possible. So the folks Transcend, they're great. If you don't know what they are, link in description. They are just a phenomenal team who have helped me tremendously and will continue to help me throughout this process. So yeah.
And this is actually the first time I've actually heard of someone going through a weight loss journey and using some of those healing peptides. I That is actually super hopeful. I mean, I think we're on the right track to really figuring out how to treat this disease.
But walking, huge. And I know swimming is great cardio. I swim a lot. But the goals require me to be able to move my body on land.
Yeah.
As simple as that. So as much as swimming does, and it'll be a great tool to mitigate damage to my body.
Right. And as you lose weight with the pool, you can slowly progress yourself into more and more walking because now you're at a lower weight, so it's going to reduce, all the pressure that you put on your joints.
My body on land is the goal and is deeply attached to what I want to accomplish in life. So we walk.
All right. Fair enough. What just happened?
Just finished up the walk.
Okay.
21 minutes. Took a small
Nice.
tumble at the end, but it's
Ooh.
okay. We did it. We completed it.
Okay.
I did what I said I was going to do today, which is a good step.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Nice. That was a really good video. Nice. That was a really good video. I am super inspired by Sal's ability to work so hard. I really hope that he's encouraged to continue. I think he has a really strong community that will help support him when inevitably, like everyone else does, we have setbacks. Um, Keep up with not having the all or nothing mindset. It's okay to change your mind based off of learning new information, and keep up with the positive attitude, man.